As of the making of this video, a lot of people are finding out that there are a few things that work to help you get a perfect score and a lot of things that don't. In this video, I'm going to talk about those things that work to help you to get a perfect score. Welcome to Practice Group International Language Academy. My name is Mr. Hearn and I am your TOEFL tutor. If you haven't heard of me yet, I've been doing this since 2007 and all of my students passed their TOEFL IBT with respectable passing scores. Now I want to tell you that when it comes to the speaking section, the most important thing you need to have is the right mindset. You have to know that you can pass your TOEFL. When you know that you can pass your TOEFL IBT, you don't stress so much and you're able to just think and relax and answer the question the way the graders want you to. And that's what I teach in my courses. I teach you exactly what the graders want and how to give them what they want so that they give you what you want, a respectable passing score. Hey, if you're looking for fancy graphics and AI usage and long templates or perfect vocabulary words, you've come to the wrong place. I give you only the information that you need to pass your TOEFL as quickly and economically as possible. So now let's get started. Like I said, you need the right mindset. Now this isn't just when you're taking the test, this is in practice before you take your TOEFL. And what do I mean by the right mindset? When you're taking the TOEFL, you will be under stress. And if you're struggling with the speaking section, having only 45 seconds to respond and no time at all to prepare, you will be under stress. However, when you know what to do and you know how to do it, you can answer quickly and easily the way the graders want you to and earn that perfect score. So what I want to tell you is that when you're finishing the writing section, before you click on that button to go to the speaking section, start thinking about how do you answer those questions in the way the graders want you to. When you have it in your mind ahead of time, when you click the button, you are prepared and you're ready to go. Now let's talk about the 5 things that you can do to speak like a native English speaker that will help you to get that perfect score. Hey, even if you don't have perfect English. By the way, you can make some mistakes and still earn a perfect score. Let me say that again. So many of my students come to me so worried they have to speak perfectly and they have to say exactly the right things to get that perfect score. That isn't true. You can make some mistakes and earn a perfect score on your TOEFL IBT. So relax. Relax. It's so much easier than you know. Let's take a look at the 5 things you need to do to earn that perfect score. Number 1, breathe. Breathing is life. Breathing grounds you. Breathing helps you to be calm and to speak naturally at a steady pace. And these are big things that go into your score. If you're speaking too fast or too slow, or you're speaking like a robot and you're speaking choppy like this and then you just say what you think you should say and use your templates, that's never going to work. You need to speak naturally using the information they gave you and speaking in the way that they want you to. Okay? There is a method of speaking. There are not templates, but structures that you can use to respond the way the graders want you to that will give you that perfect score every time, even if your English isn't perfect. So the first thing you want to do is breathe. There's a breathing exercise that I use with my students. It's called 4-7-8. It helps them to be calm and to think. When your brain has oxygen, it can think and you can speak naturally and get that high score. Let's look at it. 4-7-8. What you're going to do is breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Or I would say the count of 4. So breathe in through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7 seconds or to the count of 7. So breathe in through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. and then breathe out through pursed lips, and that is like you're blowing through a straw, for the count of 8. So you breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So breathe in through your nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You want to do that at least twice before you click the start button for the speaking section. It makes a huge difference. Believe me, try it and you'll see. Especially if you have some anxiety, this helps ground you in every section of the TOEFL. So you're welcome. It's really good advice. Number 2, let's see. Speak to the task. Speak to the task. The graders are listening for certain things. The questions have very specific requirements, and you must speak to those requirements. It's called a rubric. It's the rules for how you should speak. You have to know the rubric, the rules for how you should speak, and speak directly to those rules. Now, I do go over that in my online video course, and by the way, I need help with this. All of my students are passing in the first 30 to 60 days, and they're gone. I need more students. So if you need help passing your TOEFL, take my online video course, learn how to pass your TOEFL quickly and economically with a respectable passing score, so you can be done with this stupid test and get on with living the successful life you deserve. All right, so let's talk about speaking to the task for a moment. The TOEFL has certain requirements, and you have to know what they are. You have to answer in English only. You have to speak clearly. You can have an accent. You can have an accent, but not so much that I don't understand your words. So you must speak clearly, enunciate your words so that we understand what you're saying. You have to use the information they gave you in the prompt to give your response. Now, there are structures for how to make your sentences, and like I said, I teach you step by step exactly how to structure your sentences without using templates. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But if you've been using templates and getting a score of 2 to 3.5, that's probably why. Using the structures that the graders want you to will get you a high score even if your English isn't perfect. So you just speak to the task. This one's important. Number 3. Number 3, don't try to be perfect. When we try to be perfect, we make more mistakes. Our brain freezes up and we can't think because we don't know how to be perfect. No one can speak at a level higher than they are now. Even me. I'm a native English speaker. I'm an American. I'm not Russian. I'm not Mexican. I'm not Canadian. I'm an American. I've been taking these kinds of tests since I was 5 years old, and I know what the graders want. I've been teaching this since 2007. I also had a TOEFL testing center, and so I know all there is to know about how you need to respond for the speaking section. And I tell you all about it, and I'm helping you now. So do this. Don't try to be perfect. Just listen to the information they give you, take basic notes, and use that information to respond. And I teach you exactly how to take notes and how to use that information they give you to structure your response, to give a perfect response, even if your English isn't perfect. And I'm talking about a score of 5.5 or 6. 5.0 or lower is a loser for my students. Always 5.5 or 6, because when you know what the graders want, you can give them what they want and you get a higher score. Also, make sure that you take this to heart. Understand, number 4, do not use templates. I know that you're struggling and that you need to pass this section, and you think that if you use a template, it'll make it easier. But we're 4 months in by the making of this video. Right now, we're 4 months in. I'm looking at the Facebook pages, I'm looking at WhatsApp, I'm looking at Instagram, and the number one problem that people are having is, rather than getting a score on their TOEFL speaking section, they're getting a letter from ETS saying that they cannot be scored because they've used memorized responses or responses that have been taken from other sources on the internet. Now, they're not coming out directly and saying that they're penalizing you for using templates, but that's what they're saying. Even in the rules of the test, it says, do not use memorized responses. The use of memorized responses will result in lower scores. So people are either getting a score of 2 or 3.5 at the most, but usually around 2 or 2.5 if they've used a template or a memorized response, or typically vocabulary, and we'll get to that. But memorized responses, templates, will get you either a very low score or a letter from ETS saying that your test cannot be scored. And by the way, if they say your test cannot be scored, you cannot get credit for your test to test again. You will have to pay the $275 to $325 to test again. In my class, you will never ever learn about templates. What you will learn is how to structure your response like a native English speaker and how to speak calmly and casually using the information that the graders give you so that you can get that respectable passing score. Now, number 5 is vocabulary words. There are many people teaching vocabulary lists, and they're teaching you that if you use these words, that you'll impress the graders and you'll get a higher score. You won't. ETS sees that as cheating, trying to game the system. If you use templates or vocabulary words to try to sound smart, you will get a lower score. What you want to do is know what the graders want and give them what they want directly, simply using the information that they give you. You only have 45 seconds to respond. They give you the information that you need to use to respond in that time, including the vocabulary words. They give you words that they want to hear, and if you don't use them, you get a lower score. There's all these little secrets you need to know to get that high score, and I teach you these secrets in my online video course, and that's why all of my students pass in the first 30 to 60 days. And if you could, sign up for my online video course, because I don't have people staying for 6 months or 7 months or a year or 2 years. I have people staying for 30 days or 60 days, and they're done. They passed their test. They're getting on with their life, and I need more students and help more people. And that's what this is really about. I'm looking for people who are looking to better their life, the lives of their family, and the lives of those in their community. If you're that kind of person and you want to get a high score on your TOEFL so that you can get your license or to get admission to a prestigious university, I'm the person you want to come and see to help. And when you take my course, you're not alone. It's not just an average video course. The videos are short, to the point. I tell you exactly what the graders want. I know you're busy. I know that you have a lot to do. So I've made my video course in mind with professionals who have a lot to do but want to pass their TOEFL quickly with that respectable passing score of 5.5 or 6. So you can do this quickly and economically. I also have email backup or email support. A lot of people have email support, but it's me that responds. I don't have a team of AI programs. I don't use AI at all. I don't use fancy graphics. I'm an old school teacher. See this white hair? I've been at this a long time. I use just good old-fashioned knowledge of what you need to know to pass your TOEFL as quickly as possible, with the highest scores possible, as economically as possible. Now, I've given you some pointers if you really want to know how to pass your TOEFL. Go ahead, click the link in the description. Sign up for my online course. I also have an option where you can go and I do live Q&A. So if you have a question, we go on Zoom and I show you exactly how to answer the questions. Or we can do one-on-one classes where we test in class. I evaluate you in class. Now, there are a lot of AI sites right now where the AI scores your responses. I hear a lot of complaints about how the students did really well. Their AI said they did well, but they went to do the actual test and they got a low score and failed. I teach you exactly how to answer questions in my class. We test using genuine ETS TOEFL speaking tests in class. I evaluate you in class. I give you pointers on how to improve, and then you test again in class. So that by the time we're done, it's a 2-hour class. And it's just you and me. It's no one else. It's you learning how to answer your TOEFL questions with confidence so that when you take your test, you pass and you're done with this thing. So stop wasting time. Come on, I'm here to help you pass your TOEFL as quickly and economically as possible. Stop wasting your time on anything else. Come and see me. Let me help you pass. All right, click the button. I'll see you soon.